This is earlier today in Newtown, Connecticut, right outside the town hall. A reading of the names of more than 6,000 people who have been killed by gun violence since the Sandy Hook Elementary School killings in Newtown 6 months ago today. The victims' families and community members paused for a 26-second moment of silence to honor each of the 26 victims of Sandy Hook, 20 first graders, of course, and 6 educators. Since Sandy Hook Elementary on December 14th, there have been 10 mass shootings where at least 4 people died other than the shooter himself in our country. The most recent was last week when a 23-year-old man killed 5 people in a rampage near Santa Monica College in Southern California. The dead included his father and his brother. He was armed with an AR-15 assault rifle and a .44 caliber handgun. He used the rifle to fire about 100 rounds in this 10-minute-long attack. He had about another 1,300 rounds with him. In a duffel bag, he had 40 separate extended capacity magazines for the rifle that each held about 30 rounds. It has been 6 months since Newtown, and everybody is saying that despite the national horror, the national outcry over what happened at Newtown, at the federal level, everybody's been saying that Congress has really done nothing on guns. Actually, though, the House of Representatives did pass something just last week on guns. The Republicans in the House of Representatives passed one piece of gun-related legislation since Newtown. And it is a bill to stop the government from buying ammunition, to stop law enforcement from buying ammunition, so that in the shooting war the U.S. government is about to declare on American citizens, the government side will run out of bullets sooner, and then Fox News can win the war or something.
We're watching, inexplicably, without any voice from the Department of Homeland Security, we are watching another purchase of 7,000 AR-15 rifles. We are watching 2 billion rounds of ammunition, principally 40 and 9 millimeter. We are looking at the purchase of 2,700 light armored vehicles in the midst of, at least allegedly, 2,700 of those vehicles. What in the world is going on as the the Department of Homeland Security seems to be arming up and the administration's trying to disarm American citizens?
Imagine what Homeland Security is doing. It's just awful. But we're going to talk about how much ammunition they're stockpiling. Who are they going to shoot? Us?
This idea that the U.S. government is stockpiling ammunition to kill us all was birthed in the usual conspiratorial clearinghouses, the same people who brought you the Boston Marathon bombing was faked, or maybe it was an inside job and Michelle Obama did it, the same people who said that the tornado that hit Moore, Oklahoma was a government-made weather weapon, which President Obama used to shoot tornadoes at Oklahoma on purpose. Those are the same folks who have been predicting an American government arms race against the American people. I mean, why else would American law enforcement want bullets except to enslave us all?
So what are they going to do if they want to violate our Second Amendment rights? Do it with ammo.
Can you explain this to me? What do they need it for?
Well, they don't. That's the point.
But people but it had been purchased before Obama. By the not these numbers now, Laura. Not these numbers. The best evidence of that is look what happened to the supply. The supply is gone. And where did they go? The supply, some of it, of course, people knowing that we have a president who wants to take away, they're buying it up, but not to those proportions. Now, I know this for a fact because I know the people that are concerned about this, and so there's no downside if I'm wrong on this.
I know this for a fact because I know people are concerned about this, so there's no downside if I'm wrong about this. That's how I know it as a fact. It seemed insane when Senator James Inhofe of Oklahoma responded to these supposedly concerned Americans who gave him no downside if he's wrong, with a bill to actually block law enforcement agencies from buying ammunition for training. But Senator Inhofe is that kind of guy, and hey, he's in the minority party in the Senate, so this crazy idea of his, brought to us by the people who believe President Obama decides where tornadoes go, that crazy idea of James Inhofe is not going anywhere in the United States Senate, and that's true. But you know what? It passed anyway. It didn't go anywhere in the Senate, but Republicans control the House. And in the Republican-controlled House, they passed this thing by a lot. Look, by a big margin, 234 to 192, a party line vote. They passed their version, the House version of the Jim Inhofe Stop Law Enforcement from Buying Bullets conspiracy theory bill. They passed it as an amendment to the funding for Homeland Security. So when we lament that 6 months after Newtown, Congress cannot get anything done about guns or ammunition, or our country's massive and worsening problem with mass shootings, it is wrong to lament that, because the Republican-controlled House of Representatives can get something done on this issue. They can feed the apocalyptic, paranoid, from my cold dead hands, war against the government, conspiratorial gun nut base that they thrive on. They can feed that. That's what they can get done. And in surely totally unrelated news, the Gallup polling organization today reported that Americans' confidence in Congress has not only fallen to the lowest level ever recorded since the dawn of modern polling, the level of confidence that Americans have in Congress has fallen to the lowest level ever recorded for any American major institution ever in the history of polling. And since the national catastrophe that was Newtown 6 months ago today, this Congress has been earning that distinction it holds in the American mind every single day.